Hello, hello, welcome or welcome back. Let's sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy. Sit at My Grave, Season 4, Sanity or Salvation, Chapter 35. A hospital would never be empty. As it rapidly approached quiet hours, Arden couldn't help the eeriness that crept up. He walked on shining floors, looked up at tall windows. He saw gift shops were closing up. There was hardly anyone out in the open. He had to only assume there were some in emergency, or desperately sitting in waiting rooms, while if permitted, visitors were already tucked away with their loved ones. Arden paused as wondering. He had to call his mother to know which floor to get to, yet he found himself hesitating. He chewed down on his lip. He couldn't get the past out of his mind. It was just a fall, Arden tried to remind himself, as he found a seat near the vending machines to slide into. He placed his hands on his face, staring down at his shoes. Going to the hospital didn't mean he'd never see her again, but the more he thought of seeing his grandmother in a hospital bed, the tighter his throat got. So much had gone wrong, but this little corner of his family were on the mend. Until you showed up. Arden's bitter thoughts ripped through. He didn't have much resistance as another flared up. It feels like I'm cursed. Arden sighed silently. Whether he had actually seen something or not, it was because of him his grandmother hit that unforgiving ground. He had the nerve to get offended at Galen questioning his mental state. A phone chime got Arden's attention. A text from his mother. She sent the floor and room number they were in. It was simple. She was obviously busy, but didn't forget to say she loved him at the end of the text, along with reassurance that Granny Verna was just as tough as ever. Arden stared at the text. His instinct was to run. Again. He received kindness. She was concerned for him. Verna had been generous enough not to mention his mistake. He wouldn't know what to say when he got in that room, much like when he denied seeing his brother in the hospital. Of course, he assumed this wasn't as severe, yet he knew his poker face had only gotten weaker since then, and he didn't want to go in and demand attention from the injured because he was too pathetic to hold himself together. Thanks for letting me know. I'm in the hospital, but they aren't letting me up. I'll see you both in the morning, was Arden's text back. He grimaced at his own reflection when the screen turned black before tucking his phone back into his pocket. There was no point in going back to an empty house, and he couldn't stomach going to the room. So, there he stayed, half waiting to be kicked out while he tried to drift to sleep, holding himself tightly, trying to keep his racing mind at bay. Was this his intentions? Had it planned this from the beginning? Could anyone else have seen it too, or is it only for my eyes? What does it want? I'm not losing my mind. I couldn't have imagined that pain. Whatever it is, it's just going to have to be another hurdle to bring my